So my son, who's now in his 30s, decides that he's not going to go to college. He did a year of college here at the U, and he tells me he's not going to go to college, and we're going to go out to Olive Garden, in fact, right near here, to have a discussion. I get about 8 words into this, "What do you mean you're not going to college?" speech, and he kind of looks at me and he says, "Well, Dad, does being a nice person count for anything?" Well, he's smart but not stupid. You know, he's smart enough to figure out that I really have no good comeback to that. But I kind of sit there for a while, and I said to him, I said, "Well, you know, Jonas, I don't want to put any pressure on you or anything, but you're the first Jewish kid in 4,000 years to drop out of college. Doesn't that mean anything to you?" So, you know, I mean, he kind of had this long look on his face like I'd hurt his feelings, and then I kind of felt bad about that. So I said, "You know, Jonas, I'm really convinced that, I mean, I know how smart you are. I'm totally convinced that when you decide what it is you want to do in this world, you're going to be wonderful at it. You're going to be great. Just do me a favor, please. Do it before I get to the show home so I can enjoy it." Okay. Now, entertainers, so I'm told, have this thing we call transition. When you move from one topic to the next, you know, it's not smooth, it doesn't flow. So you just say, "Okay, I'm doing a transition." At the JCC, we do a transition, you know, MOT, I know you got that one. So my son reminded me of this kid that I had heard about. The kid is 7 years old. He's never spoken a word. And they take, the parents, good Jewish parents, they take him to the Mayo, and they take him to the U of M, and they take him to every known imaginable speech clinician. Nothing, nothing, nothing. The kid is 7 years old. Nobody can figure out anything. One day, he comes down to breakfast. Mother puts a bowl of oatmeal in front of him, takes a bite, he looks at his mother, and he says, "This is cold." Well, you could have heard the mother screaming her head off. "Oh my God, my son, he speaks, isn't this wonderful?" Well, of course this made the news, and all the networks are calling. And and finally, they agree they're going to go on Oprah to tell the story. So, kid's sitting on Oprah's couch, and mother is there, and Oprah looks and says, "This is totally amazing. You haven't said a single word for 7 years. You come down to breakfast, you look at your mother, and you say, 'It's cold.'" And he looks at Oprah and he says, "Up until now, everything's been perfect." Okay, so I ran over on my time last time, so I'm not going to do it again. Claire, you hear me? I know you're there. Okay, so I'm going to, at this point, introduce to you Rolly Wells. She's a regular face on the comedy scene here in Minnesota, and we're so fortunate to have accidentally invited her to perform here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Rolly Wells.